here on Facebook, and I'm also going to go hopefully live. One moment, I'm trying to go live also on Instagram. Here we go. So I think I am live in, so hold on, I'm getting a few messages here on my live. Just let me see. Leave that there. Try to close that up. Okay, good. I think I'm live, and while I wait for a few people if they want to join on live, I'll just mention what this quick live tutorial is all about. Breathwork and essential oils. Two really great things that you can use very easily. I mean, breathing at your disposal every day, obviously, but breathing in a very specific way, which we'll talk about, and essential oils, which are, to me, I'm going to get into it more, but such an easy way to have on hand, like, you know, a bottle of essential oils. I'm going to be talking kind of to both of you guys. I've got my Instagram here and my Facebook there. The essential oil bottles are so easy. You can keep them in your purse or your pocket or whatever you need, wherever you need it, and whenever you need it. So handy tool to have. And but if you don't have essential oils, or you're not into essential oils, it's also not a big deal. I find them a really handy way of training your brain and your body, because it's providing it with a very tangible thing to how do I do that? It's saying frame rate is too low. Okay. Not sure if I'm going to dismiss that message. We're just going to move on because I don't know how to change my frame rate. Anyway, so let's start with breathing, because it's the one that's accessible to everyone. Breath work. How do I do that? It keeps saying action needed. Don't know how to do. Sorry guys, it's saying my frame rate is low, and I have no idea how to change that. So hopefully you guys are seeing this. It's coming through okay. If not, it's going on Instagram, I believe, fine. So we'll have it this way or that way. Yeah, it just keeps saying too low. Sorry guys, on Facebook, if it's not coming through properly, I will share hopefully one video somewhere else. I hope I can save this one. Anyway, so let's get on to breath work. So breath work in particular, to induce what I'm wanting to talk about today, is that state of calm, is one of the simplest things that you can do at any time of the day, no matter where you are. If you're feeling any kind of anxiety, you know, panic attacks, just not feeling yourself, not feeling, you know, just good in general. You know, you're feeling, I'm empathic, so I feel a lot of stuff from other people and world situations, etc. So it impacts me a lot. So this is why I do breath work a lot, just to keep my own internal balance in check. So why breathing, and what type of breathing? Well, we're talking in particular about deep breaths, abdominal breaths, or belly breathing. You might have heard it referred to. A lot of times we breathe too shallow. You know, we don't even think about our breathing. Obviously, it's a automatic response. I'm going to close this one thing 1 second, guys. Maybe that'll help. It's an automatic response to living, right? You're alive, you're breathing, and that's a good thing. But you want to be able to do the deep abdominal breaths. So here on Instagram, you're able to see where I'm touching. There I can't, but belly breaths. So what it does is it actually stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system when you're doing those deep belly breaths. And when that gets triggered, in addition to obviously increasing the oxygen intake for your brain, it's sending a message to your brain to relax and calm down. So when you're doing the deep belly breaths, which we're going to review more, what is exactly deep belly breaths, you're actually telling your brain, this is a moment that I want to calm down. I am now taking this time to calm down. So especially if you're in a moment of anxiety, say you know, this is great for performers, for example. They're about to go out to perform. Before they do that, to do those deep belly breaths to tell their brain, send the message, time to calm down. And then your brain in turn sends a message to the rest of your body that, hey, this is calming down, relaxing time. We don't need to do the panic attack, anxiety, nervousness, all of that kind of stuff. Which the shallow breath, right? When you think of that kind of a breath, that is very much associated with panic and stress and all that kind of stuff. So deep belly breath is what we're looking for, abdominal breaths. And you know, you want to let's just review that before I go any further into the essential oils. So for belly breaths, what you're thinking of when you're breathing, like I had to really review this with my 8-year-old, because I said take a deep breath, and for some reason the mind, when you're trying to overthink it, you suck in your gut, people think. But actually that's not a belly breath, it's the opposite. So you're supposed to, when you're breathing a deep belly breath, it's actually, and it's going out. Your belly is going out, and that's filling up. Think of it as a balloon. You're filling up with as much in your chest, but also so much so that your belly is expanding. And when you're exhaling, that's when your belly goes in, right? So I had to actually, with my 8-year-old, really make him think about that, because he wanted to do the opposite for some reason. You know, sucking in and then out when he's blowing out, but it's the opposite. So just to clarify, because I think a lot of people do that when they think of taking a deep breath. So when you are breathing in deeply, you're going to actually, also you can hold it for a second or two, or you can just do it more of a cycle, like a full circle. So you're breathing in either from your nose or from your mouth, whichever. Some people have sinus issues like myself, so sometimes the nose isn't always unobstructed, of course. You don't want to block what's trying to get out of your system, because you have to think of, you know, you're breathing out. It's like an exhaust system. You know, think of your car and stuff, or like an oil change. What you're putting in the good, and sorry, pulling in the good and letting all of the exhaust out. Anything that the body needs to discharge then comes out, which is why you don't want to obstruct that, because then that's collecting all the stuff your body is naturally getting rid of and needs to get rid of for health and well-being, and you're blocking it and keeping it there for yourself to breathe back in. So you don't want to do key. So then let's move on to essential oils, because I want to keep this fairly brief. I'm picking, I use Young Living essential oils only, because from that's not true. I've used others and was highly disappointed in between. So I've come back to Young Living essential oils, highest quality. You know, they're take the growing everything far more scientific. They have full control over their farms. It's from seed to seal, so everything we know that is in here, we know because it was within the company. So I use only Young Living essential oils, and I will show it here. This is the one I'm choosing. I don't know if it's, so that's Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming. Here we go. Let's show you guys. Peace and Calming. It's backwards probably. Oh well, it's focusing on my face. Peace and Calming. I'm picking Peace and Calming because it's a perfect blend, right? It's peace and calming. And it's a blend of citrus and other oils. I won't go into the details of the essential oil itself, but just the name of alone works really well for that. This is for me to create a state of calm, peace and calming. So that's why when I'm doing this, I would pick this essential oil. Now, why would that induce a state of calm? Well, because everything is energy. Everything around you is energy. Everything contains a frequency. Essential oils contain a frequency. Your body contains a frequency. Depending on what state you're in, alters your frequency or your vibration. So if I want to have a tool to help me alter my frequency, I'm going to pick ones that are are vibrating at the rate for the state that I am wanting. You know, it's actually not about this, but what we have been taught is about entrainment. It's actually about entanglement, but I'm not going to go into the whole quantum physics of it all. But think about entrainment. You may have remembered that from science classes. You know, the frogs croaking in the night, all of a sudden all start to croak at the same rate. Or the, you know, those Big Ben, or not Big Ben, what are they called? The big clocks, grandfather clocks that have the pendulums. And if you put two clocks in that are swinging opposite, or eventually they will entrain because of the energy flow, and they will end up going the same. Same with women's menstrual cycles. You know, those who are living close quarters tend to menstruate at the same time. So that's all about entrainment. So what we're trying to do, and this is why I say it's a tool using an essential oil. Breathing is as natural as can be. You can take it with you, use it, whatever you need, and then add this extra tool in to help bring the energy frequency into your body that you want to be feeling at that time. So peace and calming is a great one for, obviously, inner calm. There's a lot of different ones. There's the premium starter kit here that I'll just quickly show with all of the different essential oils, and I could use lavender also to induce a state of calm. You know, all the spas, etc., use a lot of lavender in their diffusers to make it smell great. If I wanted to be going into a state of meditation, I would maybe do this breath work first with frankincense, a great one for the third eye, and, you know, state of meditation. And what's another good one here? Lemon, for example. I could do this same breath work if I wanted to have more clarity of mind, or, you know, energy and focus. These are good ones to use for that. So depending on what you are trying to accomplish with your breath work and essential oils, you pick the oil to match based on the frequency of the essential oil. There's a lot of different, maybe, type of work that you want to do, more personal development or spiritual work you could do. And there's, you know, oils like highest potential, or a bunch of different, sorry, I didn't show you guys, emotion-based oils like inner child, or harmony, or release. You know, if you're working on releasing different traumas, emotional traumas, etc. And then this one I love just because loyalty. It contains a lot of very high frequency essential oils. So, you know, if I want to boost my overall mood, etc., I could do this breath work with that. So for now, real quick, because I want to not take up too much of your time, and I have a bunch of work to do in my backyard, and so I decided to do this video now before I get all sweaty and gross again. So, not that it's gross being sweaty, it's good hard work, but I won't look as nice or smell as nice. So what you do is you just take 1 drop of essential oil. Didn't want to come out, so I forced it out. You can see this one, it's actually green. I'll show you guys. You can actually see the oil there. So you want to activate, you don't have to do this, but I recommend it, activating the oil, which is a cellular activation, because the molecules are very small, and they are able to, of the essential oils, and they are able to allow it to pass the blood-brain barrier and get right into your cellular system. So when you are doing activation, you're going to circle 3 times in clockwise fashion, because our DNA rotates in a clockwise fashion. So we're just activating the essential oils to be in the same thing. Or you could also rub your hands together like so. And then what you're going to do is simple. You're just going to cup your hands with the essential oil over your nose and mouth, and you're going to do the deep breathing that we already covered, which is the belly breathing. So you're going to breathe in as deeply as possible. I like to hold it, and then I release out as much as possible with my hands to the side, because you don't want to breathe in what you're breathing out. And you can do this several times. And you're going to do that until, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I always then take the leftover oils and just put it on my neck, or you can put it on your arms, etc. So, yeah, you want to make sure you're getting everything out, because that's the key thing. Is it's like doing that full oil change. You don't want to just top up what you have in there. There's that method, but it's not as effective as fully draining out the oil and putting in new. And when we're doing it with an essential oil, we're putting all those molecules right into our system, and it's the fastest way to get these molecules directly into our bloodstream, right? So, quick reminder, breathing oxygen in is the #1 nutrient for our blood cells. Oxygen. It's so easy. It's available to all. Get out in the fresh air. Get out into nature, into the forests, by the ocean. Oh my gosh, fabulous. After the rainfall, also fabulous, because all of the negative ions are more available as well to be breathing in, and increasing that state of calm for the brain. But breathing in deeply already sends that message through. It stimulates that parasympathetic nervous system, and it's sending that message. So start doing your deep breathing. And if you have essential oils on hand, great. If you don't, just do the deep breathing, and that's going to already get you in that routine. If you can get to the point where you're doing 20 to 30 minutes a day, every day, of deep breathing, you're going to be training your brain and training your body to keep into that state of inner calm. And you can tap into that much faster when you really need it. When there's a situation in front of you that is triggering you in some way, or you've been in an accident, or something's happened and you need to calm yourself down, your brain will remember that just taking these deep breaths is going to send your whole body into that state much faster. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that I am doing a 90-minute workshop. It's free on July 9th for at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on Zoom, so there can be just This one we're probably not going to cover that much because I covered it now. So we're going to cover a lot of other fabulous ways of really being able to tap into your inner calm and unlock that for you so that you will know how to live every moment throughout your day, throughout your weeks and months with that sense of inner calm, so that no matter what's going on the external, you're going to be able to have that centered way of living. And you know, I know there's a lot going on right now, and I've been hearing from a lot of people that they are overwhelmed. They are feeling burnt out from just all of that stress stimulation that's going on, right? It's everything on the outside is just so wanting to induce fear, wanting to induce stress, wanting to you know, and I mean, even just the workloads for our children, you know, for everybody who's having to change their way of doing things. And there's some really great techniques, practices, tips, and tools that I would love to share with you. And starting on July 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a 90-minute workshop for you guys. And I'd love for you to be there so I can help support you in this journey that we're all doing together. So let me know. Send me a direct message here on Instagram, or even send me a direct message here on Facebook. I'm going to share, I don't know if I can, I think I can do it here on Instagram as well. I'll share a link. No, sometimes they don't let me do links on Instagram, so direct message me here. And I will share a link here on Facebook. If you, but I will add the link to my link tree here. Sorry, I'm thinking as I go. So on Instagram, I'm going to add the link to my link tree. You can check that out, but also direct message me if it's not there yet. And for you guys here on Facebook, I would love to add you to the Facebook event page, and gives you full directions on how to register for the event through Eventbrite, because it is going to be on Zoom, not on these platforms. Okay, so I hope to see you guys there. This was just one little fast little tutorial for you, and we will delve much deeper into why this is so important, you know, what you can be easily doing every day to you know, get you into this state of calm, how to deal with your triggers, all sorts of stuff. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and I think that's everything for today. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Let's see how I end you guys here. There.